Time to talk boxing now, and once again delighted to be joined in the studio this afternoon by Johnny Nelson, and alongside him Kell Brook. Kell, great to have you joining us with Johnny. I guess there's really only one place to start, and a fight that's been on the cards for so long, and a fight that people have been talking about so much. Amir Khan, are you edging closer to this?
I'm not running away from that fight. I've got his number to this day. I've got his number.
Oh dear.
I think we're both at this stage of career now where we can lock horns and get it on.
So you think this will happen?
I hope so. I believe it can happen now. I believe it can happen. The fans need to see this fight.
And you mentioned the fans. Johnny, this is a fight that everyone wants to see. This is a fight that everyone has been talking about for so long.
You know what, this fight, I thought people are going to get so frustrated because it's almost happened, it's not happened. I still think it sells. I still think there's interest there from the public. I think it's the biggest fight for both fighters, and I think there's still a massive appetite for it. Again, it's about, you know, every dancer needs a partner, so at the end of the day, these guys need to get it together, get their heads together, get around the table and say, right, let's get it done, and no messing about, so it's most important.
If that doesn't happen, you say you're edging close, you've got his number, hopefully it does, and hopefully the fans, it does. If that fight doesn't go ahead, who else is next for you on the cards?
You know, well, I'm a free agent, I'm not under any contract, so, you know, I think my team talking to other people like Porter, Spence, they're fighting this week, and I've been in with both of them. I'd love to fight the winner of that, Garcia, Thurman. You know, there's Crawford, you know, Crawford. I went over to try and make that fight happen when Khan boxed him, and all I got was his sister. His sister came out. I think she wanted to fight for him more than him. So, you know, there's that fight there.
Feisty female.
There's that fight there. I'm just happy to be back in the gym, getting fit, losing weight, and there's much more of me to give for the fans.
You say back at the gym and getting fit. How has it been back in the gym now?
It's good. There's a good buzz in the gym. You know, I'm there with Billy Joe Saunders, Kid Gallarad, Willie Hutchinson, all these old
They're
Nicola
like a
Adams.
pack of wolves in the gym.
You can tell us a little bit more.
So the gym, Winky Gym, where I did my career, most of the guys, when you're in there, it's fun, but it's like family fighting. So the sparring's great, the buzz is great, the banter's great. Everybody's got a nickname. Yeah. I can't remember what mine was. I think Naz's was Flaggies or something like that. But everybody got. It was good. It was good banter because success breeds success. Now the gym is full of talent, which drags everyone out.
Do you think that's a big motivation factor?
Some fighters are animals where they just don't want to be around anybody. Some fighters, they flourish when they're around other fighters, you know, because competition is great and they want to show off. And the Engle gym is that's what it's famous for. It produces not one champion at a time, 4, 5, 6, 7 champions at a time, because success breeds success.
Yeah, and speaking of Engle, Brendan Engle wasn't in your corner last time out when we saw you. Are you back together now?
Dominic Engle.
Dominic, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm back at the Engle gym, like I said, training with all the champions. So yeah, I'm back down at the gym training.
And do you find that inspiring as well? Johnny mentioned that. Is it inspiring for you to have those type of people around you? Does that spur you on?
Absolutely, because I've always been the man of the gym, top man of the gym, and now we've got Billy Joe, we've got Liam Williams, we've got all these fighters now what want to be the top of the gym, so we're all pushing each other, we're all looking at each other's heart rate monitors, we're all looking at each other's speeds on treadmill, you know, we're looking at and we're pushing each other on, and that's what we all need, and it's going to take us to that extra level.
How's his heart rate monitor?
I'm tough. They always give me stick when I walk in the gym. They keep saying, "Oh man, you're getting into spar." So I'm thinking, there's no respect, just no respect.
No respect at all. You always love fighting in front of your home crowd. Would you like it to be in front of your home crowd your next fight?
I would like it to be in Sheffield, but I do like to see different parts of the world now. I'd like to go and travel wherever the big fights are. I've fought in Sheffield many times, and I'd like to try something new now, go somewhere else maybe.
Right, let's move on to another massive two names that people have been talking about, that rematch, that fight between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz Jr. Let's talk about the build-up now, because it's getting very close. The time is ticking. Where are they at in terms of their training now? Well,
I know Anthony Joshua's back to basics, back up training in Sheffield. I know before he used Miami as part of his training camp as well as Sheffield. He's stripped it down. We filmed the gloves are off the other week with he and Ruiz, and attitudes are very much changed. He understands, you know, he made a mistake. He went out there, he underestimated what was in front of him. Now he respects what's in front of him, and that's what's most important. Like you see here, he's working on technique. Technique is everything. Power's got him where it has, but now he needs technique. And he's relatively a novice as a professional because he's only been boxing 11 years, all in all. With Andy Ruiz is a seasoned fighter. And the responsibility of being a champion is people like Andy Ruiz will watch you the day you win that title, and they'll be mentally preparing themselves for you the day you win that title. So when they say you're fighting Andy Ruiz and you've got 5 weeks, 12 weeks or whatever to prepare for him, this guy's had 3, 4, 5 years to prepare for you. So that was a harsh lesson learnt by Anthony Joshua. So now he knows what to expect. Now he knows what's in front of him. Now a lot of the naysayers, you know, people behind the scenes.
Do you think he'll be mentally prepared?
He's got to be. There's no choice. And a lot of people behind the scenes don't think Anthony Joshua's going to pull this off, because all of a sudden they saw a side to him, that vulnerability in him. So they were surprised. And so that's what makes this so intriguing. The location, the fight, what could happen, what couldn't happen. And this will be one of those fights where it'll be probably one of the biggest fights watched.
Yeah, it'd be absolutely massive. Could we see you on the undercard in Saudi Arabia?
We could do. We could do. That's the time I'll be ready to fight, end of November, beginning of December time. I'll be coming up to peak in my training, so I'd like to get on that card.
You're not giving much away, though.
No. I tried to get out of me sometimes.
Maybe later. Before that, we have an exciting lineup in the early hours of Sunday morning. It's live on Sky Sports. Sean Porter, a man like Kell, you know very well. He's on the card. What else, though, Johnny, should we be looking out for?
MTK have created a new exciting tournament where the fighters will end up with a 2-year, 5-fight contract. It's a lucrative deal. And the tournament starts at the York Hall on the 4th, Friday the 4th. But they actually have the draw where the fighters pick who they're going to fight. On Tuesday, it's live streaming from 2 o'clock. Just tune in. There's a bit of a twist to it. It's going to be exciting. Okay. And I like these kind of tournaments because it's not just a local thing. It's worldwide. Fights from Cuba, Mexico, Spain, and the UK. Current champions, past champions. So this is a tournament where it's intriguing. You know there's a story at the end for the winners. And to me, I think it's something to get excited about. So all starts on the 4th of October, York Hall. Get involved and just check out the draw Tuesday, 2 o'clock.
Absolutely, it sounds brilliant. Before we let the two of you go, I have to get a word on Nigel Benn. Of course, there's been plenty of debate and discussion about this. He's 55. Making a return, 20.
Age is just a number.
Age is just a number, of course it is. Making that return. What are your thoughts on this? Is this good for the sport?
He's at his best. It's an hard one. I love Nigel Benn. You know, I'll be watching, but you know, coming back at 55, it's a young man's sport. We're gonna see. What do you think, John? I think what people misunderstand is they think Nigel Benn is coming back to fight as a career. He's 55 years old. His body is not like a normal 55-year-old man's body. I think Nigel wants closure. Nigel wants to go in the ring and think, let me see if I can just do it one more time. He's not picking a young buck like a Callum Smith that's got speed, got pace, got youth on him. So therefore, he wants a tough ask in front of him. He tried to get Chris Eubank to do the same and fight him. Chris didn't want to know. Steve Collins didn't want to know. Even Roy Jones didn't want to know. So he's got the chance to quench his thirst. We all think we can still fight. I think I can still fight. You know, these little young kids have run rings around you. So Nigel is in a position where he has the opportunity to say, let me just quench my thirst and get closure. So good on him as long as he's careful, as long as he's safe. You know.
Does he have one more fight in him?
We all think we've got one more fight and we'll find out come fight night.
We will. Gentlemen, lovely to have you joining us. Thank you so much.